This is where the AFC Champions League Elite comes alive. Shanghai Shenhua versus Kawasaki Frontale in the last 16 of Asia's top club competition, with the first leg being played here in China at the spectacular Shanghai Stadium tonight. It's a repeat of the group stage meeting here in October, won 2-0 by Shenhua. Both teams would go on to survive the East Zone group stage. Frontale finished second, Shanghai Shenhua 7th in the 12-team section that finished a fortnight ago. The top 8 went through, and now it's into the nitty-gritty of knockout. 90 minutes tonight, 90 minutes plus perhaps a bit of extra time next week at the Todoroki Stadium, just west of Tokyo, will decide who advances to a quarter-final tie with either Shanghai Port or Yokohama F Marinos, and whose continental dream will remain alive. For both teams, this is more or less uncharted territory. Only once before have both teams survived the group stage. For Shanghai, that was back in 2006. So tonight is their first knockout match in the top-level Asian club competition in 19 years. Frontale's experience rather more recent, 2017, when they were knocked out in the quarter-finals. There's a chance to write a new chapter now, as the two coaches, Leonid Slutsky and Shigetoshi Hasebe, try to plot a course through to the centralised final stage in Saudi Arabia, which begins at the end of next month. Nervous energy in the tunnel. As regards form, both sides have lost once since beginning their calendar year domestic seasons last month. Shenhua's defeat coming in Japan at Yokohama F Marinos on the penultimate match day of the AFC Champions League Elite stage on the 12th of February. They're unbeaten in 3 domestically. Frontale had been almost perfect with 4 wins in 5 prior to Saturday's home defeat to Kyoto Sanga that brought their surging start to a shuddering halt. But coach Hasebe has changed the team around completely tonight in the hope of a better outcome. It's a more recognisable AFC Champions League first 11 for the visitors from Japan. A chilly old night here in Shanghai, this booming city. They call it China's football capital. Plenty have made the short hop over from Japan as well to try and urge their team on to a positive result to take into the home match next week. This is all set up perfectly. Wonderful arena this, the Shanghai Stadium. Football-focused venue in this huge city, China's commercial hub, of course. Boasting China's champion team, although it's not Shenhua, it's their cross-city rivals, the Shanghai Port, managed by Kevin Muscat, who knows Japanese football well, of course, after his time with the Yokohama F Mariners, where he won a J1 crown, actually, in his time at the Nissan Stadium. But Shenhua, under Leonid Slutsky, their canny coach, are desperate to overturn that and claim bragging rights for themselves. The teams of Shanghai Shenhua and Kawasaki Frontale emerge from the tunnel. This is Shenhua's third straight match against a Japanese team in AFC Champions League Elite. Such is the quirk of the revamped format of this competition. February's defeat in Yokohama to the Marinos was followed by the superb 4-2 win over Vissel Kobe here 6 days later. Inspired by a brilliant hat-trick from the Brazilian striker Saulo Mineiro, who starts on the bench tonight, picked up a knock at the weekend, and they're without Andre Luis as well, their other first-choice striker. Leonid Slutsky looking forward to the challenge of knockout. Frontale completed their group stage programme last month with back-to-back wins, 4-0 at Pohang Steelers, very impressive that, and 2-0 at home against Central Coast Mariners. As we enjoy the final strains of the AFC anthem. Bouncing and rocking and up for it as ever. The Frontale fans. Shenhua well supported as well, finished second to Shanghai Port in the CSL at the end of 2024. All set for another rip-roaring campaign under their Russian coach. 3 changes for Shanghai Shenhua tonight from the team that drew 2-2 with Beijing Guoan at the weekend, the most significant of which is a first ever start in any competition for any club for 18-year-old striker Liu Chengyu, wearing 34, just 16 minutes in 2 substitute appearances off the bench. His sum total of minutes for the Shanghai Shenhua today. Xu Haoyang and Li Qi are the other changes in midfield, and Saulo Mineiro carrying a slight knock, the Brazilian striker, used only from the bench tonight if necessary. But it's Liu who's gone down a storm for China at the recent Under-20 Asian Cup, and he could be the new superstar. There he is, 34 on the jersey, just 18 years of age. Today's officials greeting the captains Wu Shi and Yasuto Wakizaka are from Qatar. Salman Falahi returns to the Shanghai Stadium. He was in charge of the win over Pohang Steelers here in September, also refereed Frontale's 3-1 success over Shenhua's rivals Shanghai Port in November. Wholesale changes for Frontale tonight, as we expected, 9 in all. Only wide man Tatsuya Ito and holding midfielder So Kawata remain from the team that started the weekend home defeat to Kyoto Sanga. Watch out for Brazilian Marcinho and Yasuto Wakizaka getting forward to support Shin Yamada, who is preferred to Erison as the central striker. Again, in reserve, Erison there wearing 9, and I wonder if we'll see the wily old head of Akihiro Ienaga as well, who's been excellent in AFC Champions League Elite for Frontale this season. So, Shenhua in the blue tonight. They'll effectively be switching strips next week. Frontale back at the Todoroki in their familiar, the blue and black home strip. But tonight they hope it'll be all white on the night under Shigetoshi Asabe, tonight's visitors from Japan. Away we go at the Shanghai Stadium. Shanghai Shenhua versus Kawasaki Frontale in the last 16 of the 2024-25 AFC Champions League Elite. It's a meeting of the two domestic cup winners from their respective countries. Shenhua won the Chinese FA Cup in 2023. Frontale Emperor's Cup champions in Japan in 2023. That's the way both sides made their qualifying journey into this competition. And they've already met once in the group stage. Shenhua beat Kawasaki Frontale last October. After that early scare with a small S for Bao Yashung there in the Shenhua goal. The home side looked to establish some early possession, as well as the win over Frontale. Shenhua beat Vissel Kobe here, Pohang Steelers here. They were beaten on their own pitch in December by Ulsan HD. Drew at the Marinos. Lost against Johor Darul Ta'zim, lost at Gwangju. The away form isn't the strongest, so we'll certainly be looking for something solid, a positive result at home here. We're reasonably comfortable qualifiers above the cut line of 8th. It was all very straightforward for Frontale. They improved dramatically after suffering that 2-0 defeat here in October. Leonid Slutsky won the Premier League 3 times back home in Russia with CSKA Moscow. A brief blink and you miss it. A stint at Hull City as well in England in 2017. He's also coached the Russian national team. And up against a new coach of Kawasaki Frontale, the club that dispensed with Toru Oniki at the end of the 2024 campaign, the coach that delivered the groundbreaking success of 4 J1 title wins in 5 years, the first time that had ever happened in Japan. But they'd gone backwards a little since the last of those title wins in 2021. Good early play here from Wilson Manafa, who's the Portuguese fullback. Shot from João Teixeira, who's another interesting player in the Shanghai Shenhua ranks. Much travelled, the Portuguese national. There's coach Hasebe, 53-year-old former Frontale player. Big shoes to fill, coming in and replacing Toru Oniki, rewarded with his first big club job after 5 years sterling work with Avispa Fukuoka. He's taken charge of just the 2 matches thus far in this competition. It was his predecessor that had set them up for the qualification. 6 matches before the end of the calendar year 2024. Xu Haoyong across that midfield with Ibrahim Amadou's a key player for them. For is Zhang Shenlong there, centre half alongside AD Fulang Shisi. International defender Zhang. Yamada just looking to tuck that back to Yasuto Wakizaka. Ushi is the captain. There might be an issue down here on this near side. Miura tried the give and go. And was caught as well. A stray leg. And a follow-up from Li Qi, who's got quite the heritage. There he is wearing 23. Li Qi, born Nicholas Yanaris. He began his career in the academy at Premier League club Arsenal. But an interesting heritage. Chinese citizen now. Leonid Slutsky's Shanghai Shenhua having to defend this early free kick. Miura takes it, a big loop on that. Marcinho trying to get something on the end of it. And we'll drift through to Bao Yashung. Good swirling delivery to begin with from Sota Miura, a left-sided fullback for Frontale. A couple of internationals in that back line for Frontale. 1 cap for Miura, 1 cap for Kota Takai, who's regarded as the next big thing in Japan. Wakizaka. A free kick there. Yuki Yamamoto will be sitting deep in that Frontale midfield alongside Kawahara. Some early physicality feature here. It's Cheng Yu. He did well. Trying to involve Wu. Li Qi. There's the layoff. He's going to drop for Marcinho. Shin Yamada. Clearly earmarked him as a danger man. There's 3 blue shirts around Shin Yamada at the moment. Even threatened to see any of the ball there. It's worked to Wilson Manafa. A lot of energy and dynamism in the opening stages here. Kawahara. Tatsuya Ito. Runner moving forward. Sai van Vermeskirchen. Right back. 4-2-3-1 is how Frontale are lining up here. That's Marcinho. Good goal-scoring film in this competition. The winner at Ulsan HD. Central Coast Mariners was on target against the Aussies as well. He did play Shandong Taishan in the group phase, did Kawasaki Frontale, but that result was scrubbed out. Miura, another scorer as well. Target against Buriram United, the Thai side. Calmly done, it's Yamamoto protecting that back four, back to Louis Yamaguchi. It's the on loan goalkeeper for Frontale from Machida Zelvia. Van Wermerskirchen forward to score against Shanghai Port at the Todoroki. Very loose, I'm afraid, that from Tatsuya Ito. One of the new players who's joined Frontale in the off-season. Yamaguchi, the goalkeeper, being the other one. Yang Shenlong. Here's Manafa. Two-time Primera Liga winner with the Porto. Manafa. Wushi. Step over there from Zhao Teixeira. Done well. Manafa. Plenty of blue shirts forward here for Shenhua. Took back for Li Qi. Frontale with bodies back now. And there's the cross. Nicely dealt with as well by Maruyama. Chan. Really good challenge there from Chan Shinichi. Zhao Teixeira is the creative spark. Liverpool Academy Player of the Year in 2015. Zhao Teixeira. He was a Young Player of the Year at Brighton after being loaned out from the Anfield club. Absolutely has the ability to hurt Kawasaki Frontale over these two legs. Zhao Teixeira. Just looking a little bit shaky and just checking the ball all the way back to Bao Yishun there. And Marcinho right on it. But such a good servant, Marcinho, to Frontale. His 5th year now. Played in China previously with the Chongqing. Marcinho. Chan. Headed off by Van Wermerskirchen. Van Wermerskirchen, born in the Netherlands. Former youth international for Japan. Born in Maastricht, actually, to a Dutch father and a Japanese mother. Moved to Japan when he was just 2. Moved because Dad got a new job. Marcinho's on it now here. That's nicely done. Yamamoto tries that layoff, just not quite working out. Just a beat off Kawasaki Frontale, but there's nice energy about this match thus far. Here's Wu Shi onto Zhao Teixeira. We've got a runner as well. Xu Haoyong. Good foot in that by Van Wermerskirchen, enough to stop all that forward momentum there from Shenhua. Abdou, Douala-born Frenchman, Ibrahim Amadou for Shenhua. Layoff was useful. Li Qi very nearly worked out, didn't it? real cup tie feel to this one. Knockout, different variable entirely now in AFC Champions League Elite. Of course, the first year since the competition's rebrand, with a cream of Asian clubs trying to emulate Al Ain's triumph. They've been knocked out already, had a disastrous group stage. The Emirati outgoing champions. Busy week of knockout, kicked off on Monday in the Western Zone. The goalless draw, Ronaldo's Al Nassr at Esteghlal and Al Wasl and Al Sadd drawing 1-1. And we had 4 matches, a bumper day yesterday. The Marinos won at Shanghai Port. The Marinos put in one over their old coach there. Buriram United and Johor Darul Tazim drew 0-0. Paktakor beat Al Hilal. Al Ahly won at Al Rayyan. Contrasting fortunes for the Saudi clubs there. And the one match completed earlier, Vissel Kobe flying the flag for Japan again with a 2-0 win over Gwangju. So after the Marinos win and Vissel Kobe's win, it's up to Frontale to keep the 100% run up. And Marcinho checks back inside, slips on the surface. Shenhua have given the ball away. Here's Miura. Yamamoto. Miura. Trying to feed it there into Shin Yamada. Manafa for Zhang. There's Amadou. French League Cup runner-up in 2016 with Lille, played in Europa League. Rahim Amadou. Certainly got the right parts to make the machine tick over. Shenhua, you sense under Leonid Slutsky, came right down to the wire between the two Shanghai clubs at the end of the 2024 CSL. Manafa, they're playing that delightful 1-2. It's Wilson Manafa forward here. Can't find a colleague with a cross. And that's wasteful from Xu Aoyong. Just got a little bit overexcited there. But both teams playing some useful stuff. This was a delightful combination, worked by Wilson Manafa. Just tries to clip it into the near post there from Liu. Signs are that Manafa and Li Qi, combining down this right-hand side, can offer some trickery. Shenhua, who collected something, a reputation of being Chinese football's nearly men. Often rivalry and various tribal arguments as to who's the real, true footballing team in the city. Shenhua lay the claim to that, but they last won the title in 1995. Shanghai Shenhua finished second in 5 of the following season. They did win the title in 2003, but that was stripped a decade later. Famously missed out on the very last day when Hamilton Ricard, remember him, missed a penalty that would have won the title in a game moved from their previous stadium because of a Kylie Minogue concert. They should be so lucky today. There's the cross. Zhang with a header. João Teixeira. Press effective there from Frontale. Manafa. Amadou puts pressure on the goalkeeper again. He won't thank Amadou. Bao is shown for the pace of that back pass. Pretty calm and collected, so he seems. Forward pass is not quite coming off at either end thus far. Wakizaka, now it's Marcinho, roams into space. There's the ball back again, much the same again. Attacking energy. Not able to be converted thus far. Miura with the throw. Heidi Fulanchisi able to clear it. Miura. 2 on him. Back for Liki. Move it up and involve Liu. There he is. Just a little bit more. Could be having his moment. Liu scored in the Asian Cup, under-20 Asian Cups. Just been completed actually here in China. Scored group stage goals against Qatar and Kyrgyzstan. It did China. Their young team much good in the long run. They were defeated in the quarter-finals. A prolific record with the Chinese under-19 team as well, did Liu. By the way, that tournament was won by Australia. They beat Saudi Arabia in the final on penalties in Shenzhen last weekend. Here's Miura. So a clever little ball into Yamada. He's got the poke on it. Yeah, they're arguing that there was contact after Yamada just thrust his right boot at that. Another indication of the range of passing of the fullback, Sotomiura. There. And cover from AD Fulanchisi. Actually, timely intervention that from AD. Corner. Low to that near post, rather unorthodox attempt to steer it back in by Ito. Miura picks it up. Frontale can fan out again. They are for Ito. It's well played. Couldn't find Marcinho. Drop of the shoulder, then the little charge there from Tatsuya Ito. Playing back in Asia. First time Tatsuya Ito disappeared to try his fame and fortune in Germany. He's just had 9 years playing in Germany and Belgium. Ito. Here's Yamamoto. Kawahara with that layoff break for Xu Haoyong. The foul from Yamada. Another of the internationals with Shenhua, Xu Haoyong. Right on the cusp of the latest international squads being announced. It's given away. Frontale with a bit of a gift of possession there. So Kawahara, Ito with the cross. Zhang got it away. Only half away though. Follow-up block was good to stop Yasuto Wakizaka's shot. Yeah, it's important that Frontale stop that supply line into João Teixeira. Playing in that roaming role, really, the creative force in the midfield behind Liu Chengyu for Shenhua. Van Wermerskerken, Ito. It's a combination play again. Might be room for a Van Wermerskerken cross here. It's a decent one. The bow got just about enough on it. There's the layoff. Yamada tries the shot. Loose ball dealt with by Xu. Foul called again by the Qatari official. João Teixeira wanted to take it quickly. Leverages the contact there, João. Well, we're trying to hit Liu early and long. Passing needs to be a bit sharper for that to work. "25 minutes gone at the Shanghai Stadium. No score in this AFC Champions League Elite last 16 tie. First leg. Useful pass. There goes Ito. Nice play here from Frontale. Yamada properly controlled that with his chest. Again, those Shenhua have passed up the opportunity to get the ball clear. And then the subsequent attacking chance is squandered by Marcinho. High tempo stuff. Not that particularly undermined Marcinho's cross there, under very little pressure. Expects to start in the continental matches, does Marcinho. Drops out of the team for the Central Coast Mariners match. By then, qualification was assured for Frontale. Came off the bench for Miyagi in that game. Still got on the score sheet. Xu Haoyong, Iki, Zhang, Shenlong. There's Amadou. No way through with that first phase. That'll suit Frontale, pressing Shenhua all the way back to their goalkeeper, Bao Yashun. Wu gets a little bit tangled up, but Breaks for Shu. Zhao Teixeira. Ibrahim Amadou. Zhao again. The Frontale holding those defensive lines. But right now, Shenhua don't quite have the guile. Not one for the scrapbook, I'm afraid. Van Uemerskirchen. Ito. Cross comes in early. Yamada has got an extra yard away from the defender there. And the follow-up from Wakizaka is scuffed. That goes down as a presentable chance. Clearance was a little bit scratchy here. Would it have even mattered had the ball ended up in the back of the net there? So Yamada misses that first kick, and then Wakizaka follows suit. 7th year with Frontale. Yasuto Wakizaka, veteran of the title, wins. Likely to pass 200 J1 appearances for his club in 2025. Amadou. Manafa. Amadou. She with that cross, too high and heavy for Xu Haoyong. Manafa ready to retrieve it. And the control from Xu Haoyong, not of the desired level. Zhang does well there, delays and picks out the pass for Zhao Teixeira. Potential overload with Chan on the left-hand side here. Blue shirts flooding forward. Here's Wilson Manafa, early cross. Just dropped it in between those two players far side, Yu and Wu Shi. Now there's a little bit of room here for Frontale with Marcinho. Oh, tries to pull that pass through AD and Chan for Yamada. Quite firing tonight, Marcinho. Here's Manafa. AD. Zhang. Leaky. Header from Matayama. Very much fits the bill of no-nonsense centre halves. Yuichi Matayama, 35 now. Second year with Frontale. Rushing and panicking the goalkeeper again here, Frontale. Might be a chance if the ball can be played to the right-hand side there. It's in the back of the net. Shenhua might be looking at their defence and even perhaps across to the referee's assistant to see if he can help them out. But nothing of the sort. It goes down as a defensive mistake, which has helped Kawasaki Frontale into the lead here. It's not like that hadn't been threatened. Heavy pressure on the goalkeeper every time there's a back pass. And he rushed it again, didn't he? Rushed the ball out, Bao. I mean, it's a dreadful mix-up at the back. Doesn't really matter as far as Frontale are concerned, because Wakizaka has tapped it over the line. It's all about those two forward players charging in on Bao Yashung. I'm not surprised this is going to VAR, because there were all sorts of moving parts there. As the ball was played forward by Bao, then returned with interest by Marcinho. And the VAR officials are calling Salman Falahi over. So there's Marcinho with that layoff. And I can see there Wakizaka clearly offside. Give a shout out to Kame Salmari and Mashari Al Shamari, officials in the VAR booth. Slip wide there. That's the first chance. It's actually Adi who gets that final touch, isn't it? Just to roll it, effectively make that assist for Yasuto Wakizaka. Well, ruled out. Ruled out. I did think that might be the case. So Marcinho returns that ball out from Bao. Slip wide there by Kawahara, and Wakizaka clearly in that offside position when that first pass was slipped across by So Kawahara. Retreats quickly, and although the touch is off AD, it's all part of that same phase, and Kawasaki Frontale cheers it, the caught in the throats. But another big alarm ringing at the back for Bao Yashung and Shanghai Shenhua. Big hoist up and over the top again, giving the goalkeeper more problems. But dealt with a little bit more effectively. And then Miura chops down Xu Haoyong. Goes Yamada again. Bao will hear those galloping hooves every time the ball comes near him. Back pass type situation. And now Frontale will be unhappy with Liu's challenge on Soto Miura. Well, raw perhaps is an apt term to describe the striker for Shanghai Shenhua tonight. We'll perhaps give him that. I mean, he sort of leaps into the challenge, spins in mid-air. I don't think he catches Soto Miura with too much venom. Ito, but again, tries to find Marcinho. That time the Shenhua defensive operation is sound enough. Chan Shinichi João Teixeira does really well. Great feet there by João Teixeira. Xu. João again. Got the rhythm, hasn't he, of the creative midfield player. Tries the tricks, tries dropping the shoulder. And has that license to roam as well. Liki. Manafa. João Teixeira again. Wuxi. AD. Liki. Nice and fluid this from Shenhua. Need Manafa on the overlap maybe. Xu takes it on, and it's just that end product that they can't quite work out at the moment, Shanghai Shenhua. Lovely intricacies up until that point. Just a reminder that with no Saulo Rodriguez or Andre Luis in the starting team, this is not quite the attacking formation that they're used to. Shenhua, Saulo on the bench, Andre Luis not involved tonight. It's a 17-goal provider of much of the glory last season. 17 in 27. Already scored 2 in 2 at the start of the CSL campaign this time round. There's a slip by AD Yamada. Ito with a flick back, Wakizaka. And Manafa plays that in behind Sotomayor and then backs himself to sort of win the drag race against the fullback. Unsuccessfully, as it turns out. Liu Chengyu played a total of 15 minutes. That was it prior to tonight for Shanghai Shenhua. Off the bench for the last 9 minutes against the Mariners. And he had 6 minutes at the end against Beijing at the weekend. Kawahara, and it's nicely worked. Marcinho sliding in on the far post. He got there ahead of the goalkeeper, ahead of the retreating fullback. Couldn't get enough on it to nudge it over the line. Failed even to get it on target there, and he's caught Bao in his desperation to lunge into that. And they'll just allow Bao Yaosheng a moment or two to regather himself. Again, super build-up play. A little nick by Kawahara to Marcinho was quite delightful. Lovely little clip, this. And I'm sure on another day, Marcinho gets there a millisecond better to connect properly and just dink that past Bao Yaosheng. Instead, though, it's the goalkeeper who's taken the brunt of Marcinho's lunge there. Already they'll just warn Shui Xinghao, who's the understudy. It's almost blind, that little ball from Kawahara. Instinctive there into Marcinho. Just agony. The ball dropping into his flight path, just couldn't connect, could he? Booking as well for the challenge for Frontale's Brazilian. No language barrier there. Marcinho and João. Well, those celebrations were cut short, I'm afraid, for Frontale. That's Yasuto Wakizaka, who thought he'd given Frontale the lead. Goal ruled out for offside. And Spau blinking back into life here by the looks of things, which will please those supporters. Yeah, fit and well and raring and ready again, the Shenhua keeper. Will bolt an extra couple of minutes into the end of the first half here. It's been a really good cup tie. AFC Champions League Elite, last 16 here, 7 minutes. Here's the extra allotment here. Someone to try and break this deadlock. There's Lee Ki, João Teixeira. And too snappy that. Kota Takai, next big thing, remember the name, he's only 20, his 4th year already with Frontale. And already an international. Come Shenhua, Shu on that overload again with Chan Shinichi. It's a left-sided combination with the Manafir and Lee Ki offering that down the right. A little extra boost in the energy here as we head into stoppages. Shu is going to take this corner. Shin Yamada getting the talking to. Finally, the green light for Shu to release this corner. Oh, the attempt on the volley, I think blocked by his own player there from Lee Ki. Made that terrific run, Lee Ki. Thought he was going to send a rocket. In the end, he's kind of just tried to side foot that volley home, hasn't he there, Lee Ki? As the delivery drifted through, lost his man. Perhaps that's hit Van Vermeerskirchen. No, it's a player right with Sai Van Vermeerskirchen there. Chan Shinichi. That's the closest they've come. Lee Ki, the Leytonstone-born player for Shanghai Shenhua, responsible for their third shot. And there goes Chan, trying to head off Tatsuya Ito. Every sign that there's going to be an attacking weapon of some quality for Frontale. He's got all the tricks, Ito. Having almost conceded from a corner, Frontale career up to the opposite end, and Wyndham's won themselves. Soto Miura is going to deliver it. No, and just towards the edge of that pack, hovering around the 6-yard box. So safety in numbers back there. Blue-shirted safety in numbers. Here's the Frontale throw. Marcinho. Shut down by Xu Haoyong. Miura wriggles free to Yamamoto. Marcinho snaps that back heel, does well to win the corner there, Marcinho. Just thought he missed a beat there before taking off, but has recovered really well. Back heel hit Manafa. Shows that Frontale have another quick corner. Here it is, again lacking height. That's frustration for Frontale. Two around Wakizaka there. Quick throw as well. Actually dealt with two. Sort of play at the back, and just demanding someone gets their laces through it. Xiao Teixeira, a little nick there, didn't help his teammates out. Here's Soto Miura with plenty of players moving forward in attacking support there of the left back. They're charging through the middle, but the referee didn't like the foul by Shin Yamada. Remember him scoring a dramatic debut goal at the Kashima Ramblers about 2 years ago, actually. Launched his J1 career for Kawasaki Frontale Shin Yamada. Chan Shinichi. Xu Haoyong just clips that back for Liu Chengyu. They made that smart run, showing those instincts, darting across there to the edge of that 6-yard box, but the centre half takes full credit here for sticking with him. And that's well done by Kota Takai. Corner time again here, right at the end of the extra 7-minute stoppages to conclude the first half at the Shanghai Stadium. Xu Haoyong, it's a corner, interesting contribution there from Aidi. Back in from Amadou, come down there for Wu Shi, the captain. He did well in the circumstances, just to force any kind of intervention there from Louis Yamaguchi. But that is going to be that for the first half at the Shanghai Stadium. Or is it? Or is it? We go to VAR again. Now then, something happened in this melee, or did it? Oh, nothing untoward sticks out from that replay, does it? Just in the midst, really, of just admiring what she was able to do. That ball bouncing around at such a awkward angle. It's no penalty. And I can only assume that they were banking Shenhua on bodies tumbling, yielding some sort of illegal contact, nothing doing. So a lengthy spell of stoppages at the end of the first half. A goalless first half ultimately, but not without incident in this AFC Champions League Elite round of 16 first leg tie. Wakizaka had a goal ruled out for offside. There were plenty of moments of goalmouth excitement. Ultimately, in particular, the best of them, Wu Shi's attempt, which was clawed away by Yamaguchi in the dying seconds of stoppages, but 0-0 at half-time here in Shanghai. Our teams are back out. Second half about to get underway here at the Shanghai Stadium. 0-0. But 45, well, let's call it 52 minutes with stoppages that wasn't short of incident or action. That man there tried his trickery. Zhao Teixeira for Shenhua. They threatened most in the opening of in the closing moments of that half, really, with Wu Shi's overhead. And Yang Hao-yo is a change at half-time here, so he's freshening up his midfield. Leonid Slutsky. And likewise, this is the veteran Akihiro Ienaga on for Frontale. I did wonder if we might see Ienaga at some stage. His calming presence, I think, might be of some value. Frenetic at times, wasn't it, that first half? So, 0-0 then. It was Shanghai Shenhua 1 up at half-time when they met in the group stage. The player who scored the first goal, Wang Haichan, an option off the bench tonight. Andre Luis got the second goal. Right in the dying moments of that match. There's confirmation there that it's Xu Haoyun who's been replaced. Frontale with early possession, making inroads in the opening seconds of the second half. Ienaga at 38, is he wearing 41 there, already a scorer in this competition this season against Shanghai Port. Zhao Teixeira, who's on the brunt of that Saivan Burmeskirchen challenge, just to the side of his ankle there. Shigetoshi Hasebe was actually J-League Coach of the Year in 2023 for steering Avispa Fukuoka to their best ever league finish of 7th. Hence, they sought him out the Frontale hierarchy when they decided that Toru Aniki had taken the club as far as he could go. You really have to commend the success that Frontale had. J1 champions 2017. 2018, they were 4th in 2019. They won again in 2020 by 18 points. They lost just 3 matches all season. They won in 2021 the J1 title by 13 points. They lost just 2 matches in 38. It was an extraordinary season for them. No team had ever lost so few. And then 2022, they were runners-up to Yokohama F. Marinos. For finishes of 8th in each of the last 2 seasons. Yes, it was felt a freshening up was needed. An awkward clearance there by Adi Fulan-Shisi. Another who almost had a choice of countries to represent. Adi, Chinese name Eddie Francis. His name at birth, Shanghai born, Chinese mum, Tanzanian father. Here's Yuki Yamamoto in swinger. Better defensive contribution that time from AD. Frontale with that second ball. Here's Ienaga. Fullback dived in, and then Ienaga's cross wasn't good. Miura picks it up, back for Ienaga. Miura. There's Ienaga, 9th year with Frontale, 9 honours, including a J1 win with Gamba Osaka all the way back in 2005 for Akihiro Ienaga. Miura. Pass a little bit too heavy and not accurate enough for Saivan Vermeskirchen. Initial chance for Yang to get on the ball, finds Zhao Teixeira. Picks out the runner as well in Wilson Manafa, wide right. Liu Chengyu is inside the box. Miura cuts out Manafa's cross. Five honours all in with Porto for Wilson Manafa. Plenty of quality in the ranks of both of these teams. Scoop forward there, Liu full of running. Drops for Saivan Vermeskirchen, hoisted forward. Shin Yamada held off there by Zhang Shenlong. Then Manafa. Edi Fulan Shisi. Wuxi with that layoff. There's Amadou. Wuxi for Manafa, and again Shenhua will try and build. There's Yang, Amadou, clip up and over the top. Ibrahim Amadou again. Pass plenty of Chan. It's a good raking pass that by Amadou. Chan Shinichi taking on his opposite number there. Sai, Zhao Teixeira. And nice height for the goalkeeper there. The effort from Amadou, posing not much of a problem there for Louis Yamaguchi. Didn't quite have the ping behind it, did it, from Amadou. Here's Ienaga. Terrific career he's had. Played abroad, career with Ulsan Hyundai, also Spain with Mallorca. Past the 250 appearance mark now with the Kawasaki Frontale in league football. Won't get on the end of that. Well, the tempo has come down a bit, I suppose understandable. There's a real cup-tie feel to the first half of this one. He'll be happier at the moment. Shenhua's away record, not the strongest in this competition. Quarter-final, they were involved in Shanghai Shenhua back in 2006, beat eventual winners Jeonbuk Motors 1-0 in the first leg, then lost 4-2 away. Won just 5 matches in continental competition against Japanese teams in 18 encounters. The last of those was against FC Tokyo in November 2020. And a couple of years where this competition was complicated by COVID, a couple of central stages. Frontale, for all that aforementioned success, second half of the 2010s, and that incredible run, 4 titles in 5 years, couldn't convert itself into any kind of continental footprint. Group stage exits in the 2018 and 19 Champions Leagues, 2021 round of 16. Group stage again in 2022. Here's Sai van Vermeskirchen. Both teams really hungry for this continental crown. China has provided 3 winners of this competition. Japan have 8 winners, 5 times runners-ups as well. Second only to Korea Republic in terms of dominant nation, all in. Yeah, offside flag up there against Liu Chengyu. Well, the flag had gone up early, actually, the moment that ball threatened to reach Liu Chengyu. Obviously needless there from Zhao Teixeira's, ticking off probably the right response. And that ball comes in early. Right decision. As Liu tried to slip in there between the fullback and Maruyama. Amadou. That was well played. He's got that toe end in there, just to break up that Frontale attack. And now he's been caught there. Ibrahim Amadou. Well, frustration building for Zhao Teixeira. Just a bit of an innocuous enough tangle there between Van Vermeskirchen and Amadou. Pondering further changes, both coaches here. They had Nicolas Anelka, Didier Drogba, Carlos Tevez in this part of the world when the first boom kicked off in China, 2010 onwards. Notable coaches down the years as well. Howard Wilkinson, Gus Poyet, Jean Tigana. Nicolas Anelka had a really blink and you miss it stint as player coach as well. Boom would result in 2 of China's 3 continental titles, with the Guangzhou Evergrande with Marcello Lippi at the helm in the mid-2010s. FC Seoul in 2013 over the 2 legs, then Al Ahly in the 2015 final, Guangzhou Evergrande. Liaoning was champions of this competition in one of its previous guises back in season 1989-90. Japan have had Arua Reds, Jubilo Iwata, Gamba Osaka, Kashima Antlers, Jeff United, Tokyo Verdy, all winners of this competition. Reds with 3 victories, a further second place as well. Mark them out as one of the continental specialists. 5 runners-ups as well. Jubilo Iwata twice, the Marinos twice, the last of those spectacularly last year at the hands of Al Ain, of course. And Reds defeat in the final 2019 against Al Hilal. Japan have had teams in 5 of the last 7 finals of the AFC Champions League. Maruyama. Miura on the overlap. Cut back again, not quite sharp enough. Nothing wrong with a build-up play, full of energy and craft. It's just that execution of the final ball, not quite there. Asai Sasaki will replace Sai van Vermeskirchen. It's a straight switch here, right-hand side of the defence. He can play either side. Can Sasaki dropped out of the weekend team. 25-year-old in his 4th year with the club, Asahi Sasaki. Here's Takai. Sasaki involved straight away. Crosses Chan. Ienaga. Sasaki. Sasaki. Ienaga. Amadou positioned himself perfectly there. Yang just tries to wriggle it up there to Liu Chengyu. No foul that time on the young striker. Ito. Got that all wrong. So he's trying to cut in from the left-hand side this half. Ienaga slotted into the right of Wakizaka. As we approach the hour mark in the Shanghai Stadium. Chilly night, but feeling the heat, these coaches. Sasaki hassling João Teixeira. Takai, again, dealing with Liu. 20-year-old up against the 18-year-old striker there. He looks a player though. Takai. Here's Sasaki. Now, too much of that to be shown to Chan. And then Shenhua, a little bit of possession, or that was the potential in the middle of the park, but struggling really to link midfield and attack in this second half. Shanghai Shenhua. Very much Kawasaki Frontale in control right now. Maruyama. Ito. No, that combination not working. Amadou. Chan. João Teixeira spotted the runner early. Here's Wilson Manafa. Good cross there, and the header is just wide from Liu Chengyu. That was the youngster's big moment. Lovely build-up play. João Teixeira to Wilson Manafa. Nothing wrong with the cross that time. The header was just off. Oh, he could have been a superstar had that nestled in between Louis Yamaguchi and that left-sided post. Oh, again, you have to give marks there to the backtracking Sasaki for causing enough of a distraction for the striker to put it wide. That was a wonderful chance. 7th attempt from Shanghai Shenhua here in their home leg of this last 16 clash in the AFC Champions League Elite. I mentioned earlier, he's got the heat at the moment. After a month away with a China under-20s. That was the moment to announce himself on the continental stage, no question. But that'll give the Shanghai Shenhua a huge lift as we move through this final half hour tonight. Here's Zhao Teixeira. Chan Shinichi. Chan tries the little weave. No. Once again, though, warning sign flashing for Frontale, because they committed so many bodies forward, and Wilson Minafa had the entire freedom of that far side, the right-hand side of the pitch, with Shenhua moving forward. Might well be time for Edison soon. Striker in reserve for Frontale tonight. Give them something that Shin Yamada has been unable to do in this second half. Just a reminder, it's been a sweep so far for Japanese teams. The Marinos, a 1-0 victory here in Shanghai against Kevin Muscat's Port yesterday, and then Vissel Kobe taking down Gwangju of Korea 2-0 earlier. Here comes Chan, plays the 1-2, Chan does well, 2 in the middle, and it's over the top from Amadou. What another wonderful chance squandered by Shanghai Shenhua. Oh, well, you made that run towards the near post. He kind of left it there for Ibrahim Amadou. But then the Frenchman has skied it when he needed to provide composure. Chan. Delightful 1-2, Zhao Teixeira. Well, whether it was intentional or not, neither here nor there from Liu. In the end, it sort of puzzled the Frontale defence, and Ibrahim Amadou knows that was another wonderful chance. But the momentum has swung back behind Shanghai Shenhua now. There's an argument to say it dropped to the wrong man there. Got 2 goals last season, actually scored in the Super Cup win over Shanghai Port, did Amadou, at the start of 2025. I'm sure he'd have traded that one for a finish to beat Yamaguchi there. Sasaki. Layoff from Yamada. Wide player is Miura. He's forced too wide there. It's played kind of in between. Ito had made the dart, and then Miura, who wasn't quite wide enough to receive that pass. But Amadou played 11 times in the Premier League for Norwich as well in this journeyman existence that he's enjoyed back in 2019-20, and another season that I recall was absolutely torn apart by COVID complications. There's the quick reset. Here's Ianaga. Waits for the overlapper. Sasaki gives him that option. Sasaki able to set up Takai. Yamamoto. Nicely worked. Sasaki, if he just has a little bit of wriggle room for the cross there. Chan got back, positioned himself well. So Liu Qingyu, he had his big moment, didn't he? It's just not quite happened for him tonight. So the more experienced Saulo is going to come on to replace him. Saulo Minero, who finished last season fantastically well, 4 in 4, opened up this campaign 4 in 4. Not on target against Beijing Guan at the weekend, but on here for the last 20 and a bit minutes to try and fire Shenhua into a first leg lead. We'll be seeing more of Yu Chengyu again, but I think he'll be reliving that chance, won't he? That really was his moment. Kawahara, hopeful, up and over the top. There's Iyanaga, and Yamada fans out. They've got Kawahara has raced into the area. Iyanaga wrestles that back from Wuxi. Has to use Kota Takai. Kawasaki Frontale falls backwards here. Yuki Yamamoto. It's tidy again in the build-up from Frontale once more. Akihiro Iyanaga. Deflection, which took it wide. Well, it opened up for the veteran there. Zamadou's taken the brunt of the effort by the looks of things in the middle of things. That could go either way for him. 20 minutes to go. Oof, yeah, that's really unfortunate. That leg slips away from him, doesn't it, at a difficult angle. Ah, there. Not a change that he will want to make, Leonid Slutsky, removing his midfield linchpin, but it's going to have to happen because Gao Tianyi is being readied. That's so unfortunate. For a player who had a marvellous chance to open the scoring tonight. Going to be a full time off the bench for Gao Tianyi, but that is a sad sight. Ibrahim Amadou being stretchered off, of course. The second leg as well, only a week away. They'll be worried about that. But Gao Tianyi, the 26-year-old midfield replacement, is on here. Immediate job. Try and help Shenhua soak up this corner. Here's the delivery. They've all come in low tonight. They haven't been remotely threatening the Frontale set pieces, but there's room here for Iyanaga to take it on. The cross not good. Manafa. Give it away. Iyanaga once more. Cross is just a little bit too heavy. Kisakaru's curled it around the back of the Shenhua defence there. Miura tries to fire one in. Sasaki hits it against Chan. Sasaki again. Wakizaka. Kawahara. Yamamoto, Miura, clean pair of heels there to Yang, and then he's caught there. Sota Miura, from that standing start, just tempted the fullback across to him. That's, yeah, very late. Free kick here for Frontale. Frontale deliveries from the wide areas have left something to be desired tonight. Can they find that extra bit of quality needed here to break down Shenhua? There's the free kick. Zhao Teixeira is able to win that. Second time of asking. Salamanero, by the looks of things, who got that first header in. Still goalless then. Frontale shading the possession. Gone are the days when the team get a draw in the away leg and just fancy it at home. It's going to be all guns blazing if indeed we don't get a positive result for either team tonight and we go to the Todoroki Stadium next week. There's going to be no distractions because neither of the teams have a league commitment at the weekend in between. Indeed, Shenhua don't play another league match this month. It's all systems go. Let's clear the decks for AFC Champions League Elite knockout. Here's Zhao Teixeira. Running at the fullback, Teixeira has shut down Manafa. Oh, it's an own goal. They had Manafa stealing it on the right-hand side. I'm not too sure his attempt was heading in, but it is in. We have the deadlock breaker. Kota Takai, in trying to cover, has lashed that over his own goal line, and Shanghai Shenhua lead Kawasaki Frontale. It's a huge shame for the youngster because he's had an excellent match. One of the rising stars of the Japanese game, with a contribution he'll want to forget. Had he just stepped over that, well, that ball is just skidding wide, isn't it? But Manafa will claim it. Shenhua will certainly claim the goal. It is 1-0. Well, that is a rare, rare moment. He's never scored a goal for Shenhua, nor in his brief stint with Granada. And we're going all the way back to 2019-20, March 2020, in a Primera Liga match for Porto at Santa Clara, to find Wilson Manafa's last goal. It will go down as an own goal, won't it? Tough on Takai. Now then, how about the fight from Frontale before the final whistle here in Shanghai tonight? For all their possession stats came in not long before that goal. Struggled really to test Bao Yashung since, of course, having the ball in the back of the net at that end. Through Wakizaka in the first half, the offside goal. And still Edison remains on the bench. Here they come again. Corner. Well, Shenhua with the Salamanero racing into all sorts of space down that right-hand side. Just imploring the crowd to lift the decibel level a bit, carry them to another goal. potential crucial cushion of another goal here ahead of next week's return match. Riveting entertainment here at the Shanghai Stadium in the AFC Champions League Elite knockout stages. Flick on. Is it going to land? The answer is ideally for Frontale, but the clearance is not solid. There's João Teixeira. Wu Shi has tried the little clip up and over. He's been busy and industrious, the Shenhua captain tonight. Zhang Shenlong. Zhang Shinishi. Well, here we go, Erison, and that looks like Yusuke Segawa as well. This surely will be the opportunity for these extra changes. Heading to Sasaki and Ienaga. Tito. Perhaps a little bit unfortunate to be replaced. Not surprised at all to see Erison and Yamada switching their spots on the pitch and bench respectively. Erison's second year, former striker with Botafogo. His absence went on to win the Copa Libertadores in the Serie A Championship in Brazil last year. There's the 1-2. Miura can't pick out the teammate again with the cross. Erison, a scorer at the Vispa Fukuoka. Match week 3 of J1, and also on target penalty spot actually against Central Coast Mariners on the 18th of Feb. And the away goal as well at Pohang Steelers. Means he's been sharp enough since the start of the calendar year. High hanging ball from Lee Ki. Frontale shut that down. Kawahara. Big long diagonal. Yeah, it's asking an awful lot there of Asahi Sasaki. Well, another angle on that really unfortunate Kota Takai own goal. Just all happens too quickly, doesn't it? Manafa's drive clearly going wide. Occupational hazard. Someone like Kota Takai. He's very much a new breed of defender, ball playing centre half. He's good in the air, good on the deck. That will happen. Pick himself up. He'll be part of the next Japan squad. Back-to-back World Cup qualifiers before the month is out. Japan, well, just roaring through qualifying, top of the group. There's another group stage to go actually after the current one finishes in AFC World Cup qualifying. They're in the group with China. Japan are top, China are bottom of the 6-team section. Japan with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia back-to-back 20th and 25th of March, China go to Saudi Arabia, and then it's Australia at home. Tough couple of fixtures for them. It's all about the next group stage for them, from which they can still automatically qualify. With extra places up for grabs for Asian teams with the expanded World Cup finals in the United States, Mexico, Canada. Friendly as well. China. Just before that World Cup qualifying doubleheader. There's Chan! Rolls that across there to Saulo Mineiro, just couldn't connect. So close to number 2. And that could be the difference when it's lights out next week at the Todoroki Stadium. Frontale trying to move it on and up with Ianaga. So Kawahara. So a little skim off the head there of Wilson Manafa. 5 minutes to go on the last change here. This is Yuto Ozeki coming in for Yuki Yamamoto. Straight switch there, youngster. It's his first taste of AFC, the Champions League action for Yuto Ozeki. First taste of action for Frontale, indeed, full stop tonight. Owned by Frontale, but out on loan in the 3rd tier in Japan to Fukushima United last year. Did well enough with 8 goals. This is a step up, though. Saulo Mineiro to chase. Those extra fresh legs of Saulo Mineiro, so really coming into play now. Here we see the breakthrough moment again. Or rather, that was the almost conversion of a second goal by Saulo Mineiro. He got there, didn't he? Furious with himself that he couldn't turn that into an attempt. Manafa, aside from his goal contribution, has had a fine match. Right back for Shenhua. Zhao Teixeira. So delays that pass again. And look at the fullback, still full of running here, Chan. Zhao Teixeira once more. Should be the goalkeepers, and is. Tied it up by Takai as the seconds tick down. Erisson. Can't recall him being involved thus far. Brazilian replacement for Shin Yamada wasn't there either. Bao Yashun picks it up. Saulo Mineiro, full of physicality, taking Takai with him. Frontale hit that reset button as soon as they're permitted. And here we go with the final switches for Leonid Slutsky's Shenhua team. Manafa has put in a shift and a half. so too Wu, the captain. So we have Yang Zixiang, Wang Haijian there, wearing 33, scorer in the first match back in October. Shenhua won that by 2-0, and they are right on the cusp of a knockout stage win by 1-0 here. And then Yang Zixiang and understudy fullback at 30 years of age. There's Miura, fullback on the opposite side for Frontale. Do you think they've been lacking in their quality of the balls in from wide areas tonight, Frontale? Something that will surely be worked upon ahead of next week. Shout to Shearer, just drawing that challenge from Yuto Ozeki. A few complaints there. Ozeki, free kick here for Shenhua. Five extra minutes for Frontale to salvage something here in Shanghai. Ruined the perfect week for the Japanese clubs. I'll give the Shenhua found something to crow about as well, won't it? Up against their rivals from Shanghai Port. There's the ball in from Sasaki. Erison tries the nudge down. Too much attention around him. Zhao Teixeira will hold it up and be in no rush to get the ball forward, but he's been a little bit pedestrian. Dallied on that. Gets no change out of the referee either. Here's Sota Miura. There's the give and go. Miura again can only find Aidi Fulachisi there. Quick throw incoming from Frontale. There's Ozeki. He's shut down. Now Jiang takes over. Stub back on the back heel, Ozeki. He'll try and switch it. Here's Asai Sasaki. His first touch wasn't good. And then in his haste to pick up possession again, goes through Chan. Extra seconds eaten up at the end. Chan still full of rigorous energy. It seemed like the Qatari referee was reaching for a card there. And the current era of stopped watches. I wonder how much can be gained by going to ground, stay into ground. Chan gets to his feet. The yellow card for Asai Sasaki in the process for that challenge. And we're live again. Fabulous AFC, the Champions League Elite offering tonight in Shanghai. Just rounding out the first legs in the round of 16 in this revamped competition. The draws on Monday between Istiklal and Al Nassr and Al Wasl and Al Saad, and then Away day wins for Al Ahly and the Marinos. Paktakur getting the win against Al Hilal, and Buriram United drawing goalless with Johor Darul Tazim. Vissel Kobe beating Gwangju FC, a match that finished earlier. As Kawasaki Frontale again seek something, anything, to salvage a draw here, but it's looking like a win for Chinese opposition against Japanese opposition here. Shenhua can't get it away. It's with Sota Miura. Is there one final bit of quality in the cross? No. Yang picks it up and he's then dispossessed himself. Follow-up shot from Segawa. Get hold of that, but didn't get any height on it. Yusuke Segawa. Ozeki. He's done well here, and again the cross isn't good, but at least we'll seek out Miura. And then Miura, and then Wakizaka. It's easy for Bao, Ya, Shung. Well, there's no doubt that Kawasaki Frontale are blessed with plenty of talent, plenty of ability in there, but that end product, the final ball, has not been up to scratch tonight. And it will by no means be a sure thing for Shanghai Shenhua next week at the Todoroki. Do Kawasaki Frontale have the engine to get back into this AFC Champions League Elite tie? It is a crucial advantage for the Chinese team. Leonid Slutsky's side eked out the narrowest of margin wins. The goal came from Wilson Manafa's drive, deflected past his own goalkeeper by the unfortunate Kota Takai. Otherwise, faultless tonight, but that's a big moment in the youngster's career and not the best one. Frontale need to up their attacking level for sure to get back in this. It's all set up wonderfully for west of Tokyo next week at the Todoroki Stadium. Can Kawasaki Frontale turn it around? First leg of this AFC Champions League Elite last 16 tie has been won by Shanghai Shenhua by 1-0.